Merab Dvalishvili isn't just going to beat Petr Yan in the rematch this weekend, he's going to absolutely dominate him. This matchup isn't the same as the first fight, and it's going to be a lot worse for Petr Yan. Merab has leveled up, Yan's weaknesses are even more exposed this time, and stylistically this is one of the worst possible matchups for Petr Yan. So let's break down exactly why Merab is going to overwhelm Petr Yan this time in the rematch. Now, Petr Yan is one of the best boxers in the UFC when he gets to box, but against Merab Dvalishvili, he just never gets the chance to. Merab is always putting the pressure and pace on Petr Yan. He's always pushing up against him, trying to get them takedowns. Although a lot of them don't land, that constant pace always just shuts down Petr Yan's entire game. He doesn't let you plant your feet, he doesn't let you pressure him, he doesn't let you find your rhythm. Yan is a rhythm striker and is always trying to get the front foot forward so he can time you and hit you with an accumulation of perfectly timed, well-placed shots. Petr Yan is a perfect rhythm striker, whereas Merab is a perfect rhythm destroyer who interrupts everyone's rhythm. And if anything, Merab's cardio has only gotten better since the first time they fought. Now, another reason why Petr Yan will get dominated in this fight against Merab in the rematch is because Yan's biggest weakness hasn't been fixed. Yan's biggest weakness has always been elite wrestlers and grapplers with non-stop pressure. His fight with Aljamain Sterling in the rematch exposed it, and Merab's fight with him in the first fight overwhelmed him and proved it again. And since then, Yan hasn't been really shown to have developed in that area. He's been having fights with strikers primarily, with Sean O'Malley, Davison Figueiredo, Song Yadong and McGee. He still gets backed up, he still hesitates on entries and still defaults into reactive wrestling when pressured, and that's exactly what Merab wants him to do. If you don't fix your biggest weaknesses, you're going to lose to the same style every single time, and especially against a well-rounded pressure wrestler like Merab Dvalishvili. And also, Merab doesn't need successful takedowns as shown in the first fight. Merab's game plan is to always push you against the cage or just spam takedowns so that he can drain you, overwhelm you, force scrambles so that your offense is eliminated, your gas tank is drained, because your gas tank will not be like Merab's, and every failed takedown is still a win for him. It just makes Yan always having to defend himself on the back feet, moving backwards and stop striking like he normally would. Merab uses the wrestling as a weapon to control the entire fight so that he has you exactly where he wants you to be, drained and gassed out so that you are only left vulnerable for him to choose what to do to you. Merab is someone who is always at 100 miles an hour throughout the entire fight. He's always starting fast, whereas Petr Yan is always starting slow. He's notorious for starting slow. He uses round after round to download the data of his opponents so that he can finally set up the right shot to eliminate them. But Merab just has that style where he can just keep going. So having a slow starter and a fast starter will always result in the fast starter always dominating the slow starter. Merab is very unique as he can go at a marathon at a sprinter's pace, whereas no one can really match what Merab can do, and it's really frustrating. So when you have someone like Yan who's a marathoner and you have a sprinter who can complete a marathon at a sprinter's pace, it's just going to be a horrible stylistic matchup for Petr Yan to just overcome this. Now, in the past, a lot of people, including myself, would have said that Yan still has a puncher's chance. Merab's defense in the past has been shown to be quite weak. Morales nearly caught him with that deadly left hook. Henry Cejudo nearly caught him. There's been times in his career where he's been hit with shots because of his defense being horrible. But recently we've seen an evolution of Merab. Merab has been getting better fight after fight after fight. Merab's striking has improved massively. He's cleaner, faster, more confident, and now actually hurts people. We've seen it in the fight with Corey Sandhagen. He wobbled him at that time and nearly finished him on the feet, and had a lot of us worried for Corey Sandhagen. We've seen that Corey Sandhagen's a very intelligent striker, but you had Merab actually pressuring him and had him wobbled on the feet. In the past we would have been like, that Merab isn't capable of this, he just can't do it, he's not a striker. But then he goes out there and performs better than striker in the striking department. This makes it even more challenging for Petr Yan, as now he has to deal with the fact that he has a better improved Merab who's great at striking now, and the threat of constant takedown attempts that tire him out, which is going to really confuse him, as you have to worry about two major things, and one of them is inevitable and one of them is quite concerning because he's now developed this suddenly, which is not going to favour Petr Yan in this fight. We have to face the fact that over the last couple of years, Merab Dvalishvili has improved massively in all aspects. Cardio has gotten better, striking has gone better, wrestling has even gotten better. Now he is able to submit people like he did Sean O'Malley, and he's just unstoppable. Whereas Petr Yan in the last couple of years, yes, his striking is still great as it was a couple of years ago, but he hasn't faced someone like Merab, a strong dominant wrestler. The closest we have is a grappler like Aljamain Sterling, and in the rematch he lost that fight. So we can see that Yan has kind of stayed the same, whereas Merab has constantly evolved. Now that being said, the big question is, how does this fight pan out? So going into the first round, I do see Merab charging forward like last time. He will try to bully Petr Yan again, constantly putting on that aggressive pressure that would try to drain the gas tank of Petr Yan, and Yan will be forced to back up and forced to defend himself against the cage, stopping the takedown attempts, and will try to land some shots on Merab, but Merab's defense will be there. Now going into the second round, I do see Petr Yan land some strikes, trying to get that rhythm in so that he can avoid getting bullied, so that he can create some space and get land and do what he does best. But I do see Merab starting to chain takedowns later into the round and cause Petr Yan to start fading away. Going into round 3, I do see Merab just spamming takedowns again, but now starting to land some strikes due to Petr Yan being faded, and he will shock people as he will be able to land strikes on the striker that Petr Yan is. And going into the fourth round, I do see Merab stopping Petr Yan. He will try to get a takedown and then land it and then get a submission like he did Sean O'Malley, winning the fight. This fight is going to be a lot more dominant than the first round, and it's going to show us that Merab is just constantly evolving and no one in the bantamweight division can stop him. It's going to be a bittersweet moment for Petr Yan, as he's going to realise that his days of getting the belt are over. He's not going to be able to stop Merab and get back to where he once was a couple of years ago. But anyways, that's been the breakdown of this fight. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Who you think will win the fight and who you are rooting for. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you can see the next video and be aware. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.